Does this look like a playground to you? This is a studio workplace, and you're disrupting me. That is not cool.
Selena Gomez quietly stepped away from Instagram, and that silence opened a door, not just to privacy, but to a fresh chapter. While fans were left guessing online, another scene played out behind the glass. Footage of Justin in the studio, visibly tense and angry with Hailey, a glimpse that adds another layer to the story. What started as studio sessions and songwriting credits between Selena and Benny Blanco has quietly shifted into something more personal, and the internet is racing to translate every lyric and selfie into meaning. At the center of the chatter is one question: how does an old love, the kind that played out under headlines and teenage fervor, echo when someone moves on? Justin's studio moment has fans
relationship with her. It has to be natural, right? So I just kind of, let her do her thing, and if she ever needs me, I'm going to be here for her,
But the truth is more subtle. Today we're peeling back those headlines. The hush of a social media break, the studio chemistry that turned into romance, the ring rumors and online fury, and why nostalgia can look different from longing. No hot takes, just the facts, the context, and the small human moments that often tell the truest stories. Let's dive in.
Constantly changing, and I don't know, I think that's what I want it to.
The hiatus and the hint. Selena's pause from Instagram felt intentional from the start. It wasn't a casual day off. The account went quieter, posts were fewer, and the curated life that influencers and stars often maintain receded. In a world where every snapshot is examined, a deliberate retreat becomes its own statement. Around that silence, a rumor began to gather steam: a new romance with Benny Blanco. Their artistic chemistry had always been visible. They'd crafted songs together, exchanged studio hours, and pushed each other creatively. But the emotional overlay of collaboration is a different thing entirely. Listeners went back to a 2021 track, "I Can't Get Enough," and reinterpreted lyrics as if they were secret postcards sent between two people who understood each other. Sometimes, music is prophetic, other times, it's merely candid. Fans argued that lines and melodies were subtle previews of a relationship that later moved beyond the mic. Selena's decision to step away from the spotlight suggested she wanted to explore that private terrain without the constant commentary of an algorithm. That privacy allowed her to experience growth off-screen, a luxury rarely afforded to someone of her profile. But when a public figure pulls back, speculation rushes in to fill the void. This was the moment when collaborative hints turned into gossip, and when creative proximity became, in the public eye, a romantic headline. Studio nights, late-night songwriting sessions, and shared laughter create a backstage intimacy that fans only glimpse through edits and press photos. This moment underscores the complexity of fame and private desire, showing how small gestures become large in the public mind. The quieter the feed, the louder the rumor mill. For Selena, the silence was not emptiness, it was a choice. For the audience, it became an invitation to read between the lines. The X and the Echo. Enter Justin Bieber, the name that anchors a decade-long public narrative. Justin's romantic history with Selena is part of both their public myths, a teenage love that captured headlines and shaped fandoms. So when Selena's life shifted, it naturally tugged at old threads in Justin's story as well. Fans began watching Justin's public behavior for clues: new music releases, social captions, and even fleeting expressions captured on camera. Some interpreters suggested a twinge of nostalgia made its way into Justin's work, or that private moments left him quietly reflective. Add to that the rumor mill about his current marriage with Hailey, chatter that suggests not every relationship moment is flawless, and you get a picture of complicated emotional threading. It's tempting to reduce these dynamics to a simple narrative. X remembers what was, realizes value, regrets or longs. Real life, especially when played out under public scrutiny, rarely fits tidy tropes. Justin's possible lingering thoughts about Selena could be as simple as remembering a formative love, or as complex as unresolved feelings. Public figures carry a lifetime of shared memory into everything they do: collaborations, mutual friends, songs, and the unique intimacy of youth. The way nostalgia shows up isn't always dramatic. a lyric that nods to the past, a glance in a documentary, a song that leans into vulnerability. Those small moments become evidence in a culture hungry for stories. The important nuance is this: remembering is not the same as wanting. A memory can be a teacher, a wound, or a quiet comfort. For someone who grew up in the public eye, memories are magnified, and the act of remembering can look like longing to outsiders. Every headline acts like a mirror for the past, reflecting choices, melodies, and the ache of learning how to be oneself separate from young romance. So when people say, "Justin's still thinking about Selena," what they often mean is that a shared past keeps appearing in the present. And that is human, not scandalous. Ask ChatGPT. And reputation. Rumors about engagement rings and pricey tokens are the currency of celebrity gossip. When someone snaps a selfie, observers quickly assign value and meaning. Is that a glow of genuine joy or a staged status symbol? Social media amplified the speculation that Benny might have gifted Selena something significant. A viral tweet claimed that Selena's ring was ostentatious. Another account argued it was inexpensive, and fans began telling stories that fit their preferred narratives. The internet loves a tidy moral. Either the new partner is a savior who swept her off her feet, or the new partner is opportunistic and performing. Selena tried to curb the noise with simple clarifications. An Instagram story here, a muted response there, and yet the comment sections continued to spiral. Online, people can be both ferocious and creative, inventing motives and rewriting contexts. Selena's reaction, appearing unbothered, armored in self-possession, told its own story. She wasn't going to let the peanut gallery narrate her life. And yet, the social media circus leaves marks. For celebrities, reputation is constantly negotiated. A single rumor can eclipse months of quiet, careful living. When fans defend or attack, they often project their own attachments onto the celebrity. Their feelings become a kind of currency, traded as proof of loyalty or moral outrage. Meanwhile, rumors about expensive tokens overshadow the more mundane truth. Relationships are built out of conversations, shared routines, and small acts of care. The public rarely sees that. Social speculation often ignores the real cost: the erosion of simple privacy and the constant rewriting of personal narratives into entertainment. Selena's insistence on clarity, pushing back when an allegation about a ring surfaced, reminded us she values truth over spectacle. That calm correction mattered, not because it ended the chatter, but because it reclaimed the frame. For those who care, the reminder is simple. Generosity, love, and commitment aren't always measurable by price tags or paparazzi photos. The human detail beneath the gossip is what actually counts. Old comments, new contexts. History matters in celebrity relationships. In 2020, Benny Blanco was quoted critiquing Selena's professional choices, suggesting that branching into makeup or shows felt like a bid for fame. At the time, the comment read as industry skepticism. Today, it complicates the narrative. How do past public judgments translate into private partnerships? People grow, perspectives shift, and those who once offered critique can become champions or partners. Benny's long working relationship with Justin Bieber adds another twist. In pop music, a producer often lives in the overlap between multiple artists' lives, and that professional closeness can create surprisingly intricate personal entanglements. Collaborations that once felt purely transactional become embedded with history, friends, and shared triumphs. For Selena, marrying into a web that intersects with her past complicates the public balancing act. Fans can old interviews, reframe prior remarks, and ask whether a critic-turned-lover is a redemption story or a cautionary tale. Context matters. A throwaway interview from years ago doesn't always predict intimate choices made later. Another important layer is agency. Selena moved toward what she wanted, working and loving in a way that made sense to her. The last thing fans should forget is that adult relationships are rarely linear. The same person who once shrugged at your choices may later stand beside you. In the music industry, roles shift. Producers become collaborators, critics become friends, and the messy, human reality resists tidy categorization. Industry histories are messy. People critique, change their minds, and sometimes find deep compatibility where they once offered critique. That evolution is not hypocrisy, so much as growth. When you measure the arc of these relationships, you see more than the headlines. You see time, change, and the possibility that two people who once clashed over art can discover profound alignment in life. The public memory is long, but people are longer. They continue to learn, adapt, and surprise. Ask ChatGPT what Justin might feel and why it matters. Is Justin still thinking about Selena after her marriage? Possibly, and that possibility is more human than scandalous. Memories of a formative relationship do not disappear. They return as nostalgia, quiet reflection, or a reassessment of youth. For someone who lived love publicly, remembrance is amplified, but remembering is distinct from wanting. Reflection can produce art, encourage personal change, or simply lead to acceptance. In public forums, those inner shifts are often misread as drama. In private, they are ordinary reckonings. Selena's decision to step back from social media and prioritize real-life happiness shows agency and a refusal to perform for the algorithm. Justin's tense studio moment with Hailey offers a glimpse that invites interpretation, not a definitive motive. The healthier response is empathy. Recognize that human feelings are complex, mutable, and private. Rather than weaponizing nostalgia into gossip, consider how growth and memory coexist. This story isn't a soap opera to consume. It's a reminder that people evolve, remember, and sometimes find peace in new chapters. Give them room to live those chapters without turning every thought into a headline. Respect their privacy. Let stories settle.